welcome to another fabulous art session. This is Valerie Cooper with the Children's Workshop. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to paint a really fun autumn tree blowing in the wind. I'm going to get some music going here and let's get started. Now what you're going to need for this is a pencil, a Sharpie marker, some paint brushes, and some paint. Grab yourself a few autumn colors like red, orange, yellow. You can also get a little bit of a brown. This is a tan color here, and maybe a green. Those are all optional. Since this is your tree, you get to make all the rules, call all the shots. There are no ways you can go wrong today, okay? Let's go ahead and get started. Now, I'm gonna start here. You can see that I've already started, but I'm gonna start here by drawing just a line near the bottom. This is going to be the ground where my tree comes out of, okay? I'm positioning my tree on the right side of the paper. You can do it on the left or in the middle if you'd like, but I'm gonna put mine on the right so that the wind is going to be blowing this way, okay? I'm gonna take my pencil and draw my tree trunk here. I'm doing this with pencil and I'll go back over it with a Sharpie, but I'm doing one side of the tree trunk going up from the ground, and go ahead and draw the other side once you're done. So here is my tree trunk here, okay? And now I'm gonna have the wind blowing this way to the left. So I'm gonna take this line, the one on the left, and I'm gonna drag it out. And here's my first branch, okay? You can give it a little bend, a little bow, a little wave, or maybe it's really crooked and spooky. Again, this is all up to you. Now what I want to do here is I want to give myself a little V shape, okay? Right at the top. It's a really wide V, so it's not like this, not a skinny V, it's wide, okay? So open it up right here at the top, something like this, okay? The reason why I did that is because I want to continue my branch here like that and bring it all the way out to the end. See how it just meets the tip here? And now this is going to be another branch. I'll bring this one up and maybe it curves over this way, give it a little wobble. And I'm going to take this side now and do the same thing. So you're just completing the other side of this branch, okay? I'm going to run it alongside. It's going to be thicker where it meets the trunk, and then it gets skinnier as it goes out toward the tip. So I'm going to go like this and bring it out here like that, okay? So there we've started our tree. I'm gonna switch over to my Sharpie now. Good old faithful Sharpie marker, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fill this in. Okay, so I'm gonna outline it and then fill it in. Remember that this doesn't have to be perfect. You can always take an eraser and erase those pencil lines if you want. I'm just outlining my tree. My tree is gonna look different from yours, remember that. Your tree is gonna look different. If you're doing this with someone, maybe someone in your family, in your house, their tree is gonna look different from yours too. Every single tree looks different. That's just nature, right? So if yours is looking a little different from mine, then that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. So I have 2 branches. I think we're gonna need some more. So go ahead from here and add some branches, kind of offshooting off of these guys, okay? So I'm gonna take my Sharpie marker and start right at the base of this branch, and I'm just gonna let it branch off here and make it a little thicker and bring it to a point like this. And I'm gonna color all this in as well. So you can do that now if you'd like. Go ahead and just fill it all in. Try and be as careful as you can so that you are not coloring too much outside the lines. But of course, if you get outside the lines, that is okay. Hopefully this table isn't shaking too much and the camera's not shaking. I'm just gonna color this whole thing in. If you would like to use black paint for this, you have black paint at home, you can do that as well. Just take your paintbrush and just fill it all in with black. I'm gonna use my Sharpie here. It's nice and easy and it dries pretty fast. And then I'm gonna use my paint for all of the fun leaves that we're gonna do. The cool thing about this sort of art lesson is you can do this for any season. So if you want to do a cherry blossom tree in the springtime, you just use pink for the leaves. If you wanted to do a nice summer tree, you can just use different shades of green. Coming down here. And you can make some roots down here if you'd like, nice thick roots. I'm just gonna do some zigzags down here at the bottom. See how they're kind of jagged here? Kind of random jagged edges down here, okay? And then fill it in. All right, let's go ahead and do some more branches here. When you're doing branches on any kind of tree, think of Y shapes. If you were to turn this way, you can see here this Y shape. See that? The letter Y? Think about branches in letter Ys. So try and create as many Ys as you can. You see it? And you can even do a Y on top of a Y. So maybe I'll do one here. You see that little baby one that got formed right there? That's the easiest way to do tree branches. Just think about letter Ys. And drag another one here and bring it up. There we go. Remember, your tree can be as branchy as you want it to be. You are the boss. You're the boss of your canvas today, of your paper, whatever you're using. By the way, I'm using a mixed media paper, but if you wanted to do this on a canvas, you could do that. You want to use regular paper, you can do that. I mean, you could do this on a piece of cardboard or on maybe, the inside of a cereal box. Just get creative. All right, so I kind of like that. I think I want one to kind of come this way a little bit. Balance it out a tiny bit, and now I'll do some tiny little lines coming off here. Okay, this is pretty good. Hopefully you're liking what you're doing. Remember that you can always take your time. You don't have to go as quickly as I'm going here. You can pause this video and do it at your own pace, okay? We're looking pretty branchy now. So let's go ahead and start. I just can't stop. I can't stop myself. Okay, let's go ahead and, okay, this really is the last one now. That is the last one. There we go. Let's go ahead and start our fun leaves, okay? So I'm gonna show you a couple things. If you have paintbrushes at home, you're probably gonna want some water that you can rinse your paintbrushes out, and then a piece of paper towel, okay? Now, an alternative to the paintbrushes, if you have Q-tips at home, you can take some Q-tips, wrap a rubber band around them, and you can paint with these and make some nice leaves, okay? I can show you both ways. You can also use the paintbrush to kind of just dot it along, okay? So if you are using a paintbrush, don't forget to get it wet, dip it in your water just a little bit, and use the side of your cup or the paper towel to just get that excess water off. And now you're going to want to use some fun colors, some fun fall colors. So take a little bit of your orange, just grab a little dab of that, and go ahead and put it near the ends of the branches, working your way in. Now, what you don't want to do with this is to fill it up with so much orange that you can't see other colors, okay? We want to be able to see some red, some yellow, so take your orange and just put it in a few spots and then move along to a different area, okay? And remember, these don't have to go right on top of the black. They can kind of float around it. In fact, if you wanted to start having some of the leaves blow off to the left here, you can take a few dashes here and do that. Now we're starting to see the movement in this painting. Oops, so sorry about that. Sometimes we get a little wobbly around here. Okay, and these don't have to be the same size either. I mean, press a little harder with the paintbrush and you can get some larger leaves. And then whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and grab a different color. So since this is in the same family, these are all in the same family, and I'm gonna go with the red. I'm not going to rinse this out, but if I wanted to make sure that I got this exact color of yellow, I would probably want to rinse this brush out before I dipped it in the yellow, okay? So remember that you have your water there, and you can rinse it out anytime you don't want those colors to mix. If you're not sure about what two colors will become when you mix them, you can take your palette or your paper plate, whatever you're using, and you can do a little test run on your plate to see if it's the color you want. I'm just gonna take this along here, and this is so much fun. This is the part where you don't need to think too much, just have fun. Think about all the wonderful things about the fall season. The change in weather. Some people like it, some people don't, but there's so many other things. If you're not a fan of colder weather, so many other wonderful things about fall. Different seasonal foods, seasonal drinks. Hopefully you have some friends and family that love you, and it's always nice to get in touch with them if possible. If they're far away or not able to hang out with them, give them a phone call or write them a letter. Now see, I didn't rinse this out, and so this is going to be a slightly darker yellow. This is going to be an orangey yellow, but that's okay because these are all fall colors, right? So I'm taking my yellow here, and I'm just gonna go right along all these gaps. I do want to see some gaps. I want to see some of the sky behind, which is right now just the white. We didn't do any special color for the sky, but I'm not doing any kind of color blocking with this. It's all just dash marks and dots. And if you notice, everything is kind of flowing this way. So there's not a lot that's gonna happen on the right side of this tree. Keep going. There you go. Now, what I think I want to do, by the way, you can even drop some down here on the ground. Maybe they're gathering down here at the base of the tree. As they do, right? Take a little bit of my orange, start creating some piles of leaves. Okay. Now what I want to do is also show you how to use these Q-tips. So I'm just gonna take my Q-tips, they're wrapped up in a rubber band, and all you have to do is take this, make sure that they're flat so they'll all touch the plate or your palette, whatever you're using, and just get some paint on them, like so. You can get the Q-tips a little bit wet if you'd like, and then you can go ahead and just take this right on top of here and start dotting and dabbing all along your tree. You can probably see here we're getting a slightly different effect with the Q-tips, which is really fun. A little bit more of a textured effect. And you get to decide when your tree is done with this, okay? So as we know, we start to see the leaves falling, and you get to decide whether or not this is just at the beginning, which means it's a pretty full tree, or is it gonna be bare? Maybe all the leaves are, you know, mostly on the ground. The great thing about art is that no one can tell you that you did it wrong. It's your art, and you're the boss. I'm gonna dot some down here. Maybe there's a little pile happening here, so I'm gonna make a little mountain of leaves. That's pretty fun, right? Ready for someone to jump in it. There we go. And then whenever you feel like you're ready to sign your name, because you gotta sign your name on this beautiful piece of art that you did, whenever you're ready, you can sign your name, take your Sharpie or maybe a pen or even a paintbrush. You can sign your name down at the bottom or wherever you want, and be proud of the art that you made. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.